Stuart, I have a question. Um, I've had a day where nothing turned out the way I had thought it would. It was all worked out, but I was expecting a delivery of a computer I bought, for a couple $1,000s today at 7 o'clock, and it didn't show up. And I got irritated. And then I said, what can I do? And would you just talk about this conflict we have with expectations?
Yeah, well, I don't have that conflict anymore, but
Great.
I really mean it.
Uh-huh.
I do. I have I ordered a pair of shoes from these guys, I use for the gym. And oh, you'll get it by the 15th and blah, 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 da, da. And, then now it's the 22nd, which is tomorrow. What am I going to do? I'm going to go fight with City Hall? When it comes, it'll come.
Yeah.
And am I going to go, have a war with UPS, the United States mailing system? It's all bullshit. They have enough problems without me, you know, creating a fuss. Your computer will come. Don't waste any energy, on
Right.
being upset that UPS or Prime or whoever delivers it. It'll come. And if it doesn't come, call up the company and say, where the fuck is it? Where is it? Where's my computer? But I wouldn't get upset. Why waste energy on something like that? I really mean it.
You should.
I know we have expectations about the way people are supposed to function, but I can't remember a day in my life where any expectation, I mean, it never fulfilled itself. It was always some problem. And years ago, I stopped getting crazy about, all right, it'll take another day, 2 days, it'll come. And the most important thing about this is, look, why waste energy? It's so hard. I mean, you got to come to these classes how many times a week to get energy? Why throw it away on some stupid delivery company? You know, I mean, much better to, invest it in getting closer to God than being upset because some company doesn't deliver your computer on time. I mean it. This is something that's a big problem in the world. Everybody is bitching about everybody and complaining and it's like everybody bitching thinks they never make a mistake. It's really true. I never do anything, they make mistakes all the time. They upset people, and it's just nonsense. It's all nonsense. And the incredible thing of all is that your computer will come. And if it doesn't come, you'll get your money refunded. And if you don't get your money refunded, then you have a lawsuit. But eventually, it will work itself out, and you'll know never to use that company again. So they just lost a customer. But I'll say it once again. The real tragedy in this, Pat, is not that the computer showed up late. It's that you are wasting your energy fighting with something absurd.
Mhm.
This energy should be invested in your spiritual life and going deeper and building situation for yourself and loving people and instead of being upset at some company because they're 2 days late. Just a waste of your energy that can be used in so many more creative ways.
Mhm.
There are much better ways to use our energy. I mean, I remember driving with you, Pat. It used to scare the hell out of me years ago. You had all this road rage. Anytime somebody did something, you'd spend 10 minutes screaming at them. Oh, I'm sitting there, oh crap. When are we going to get into an accident? Does anyone else have a question they would like?
Thank you, Stuart.
It's so important to look at life and have a bit of tongue in cheek. And instead of getting upset by things, right, well, okay, I'm not going to waste my life on this, my energy. Does anyone else have a question? Bob, you don't have a question? I'm going to get road rage here. Yes. Somebody had a question? I heard my name.
I have a question, Stuart.
Yes.
Right now, allergies are really terrible for me. And today I could barely stay in class because I was so bad off. But I wanted to hear what you had to say. So would it have been okay to turn my camera off and just lay down and take the energy?
I'll tell you what, Christine, you're not going to like this answer. It's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to stop getting swept away in all the bullshit in the world that upsets you and makes you unhappy, and to finally build a system inside yourself that is strong enough to keep your heart open. I mean, you've been doing this work for a really long time. And the stuff that I said it, I saw it a week ago, Christine, what you looked like. You looked like a car just ran over you. And I know exactly the reasons. Something happened in Washington or this or that that really is upsetting you and getting you crazy. It's time to grow up. It's time to get really centered in yourself. Keep your heart open and to learn, that your energy, your life, your well-being is more important than all the crap that goes on in the world. Because first of all, there's nothing you or I can do about it. What are we going to do about it? Go to Washington and scream our brains out? And nothing happens anyway. So what I'm saying is, it's time to stop it, Christine. You got to grow up. And you might not like this answer, and I might never see you again, but that's all right too. You have to grow up because I also am investing a great deal of energy in you for years now, trying to build you as a human being. And why should all of that energy be pissed away because something happens that you don't like, or you can't keep your depression under control, your anxiety, your tension under control? By this time, you should really have learned how to do that. And I really seriously mean that. As just out of your own self-respect, for God's sake. You've been through this so many times in your life. I cannot afford to go through this. I have to get strong enough to be able to keep my heart open and not allow some stupid thing in the world to make me, or some stupid thing in myself to get me depressed and unhappy and miserable. It's part of inner growth. And it's something we all have to learn finally because it makes life possible. The other thing is horrible. You get caught up in depression. It's like a black hole inside you. And by this time, you should know how to bring it to the chakra below the navel, transform it into harmony, balance, strength that will enable you to keep your heart open so that you can live with your own self-worth and your own dignity and your own self as a human being, and not get swept away in depression and all whatever triggers it, you know? So I'm saying it's enough. It's time to stop it, Christine. And I'm not saying it for me, I'm saying it for you. You have to live with this. I'm not living with that. You have to live with this. And if you don't get strong enough to do something about it, you're going to have this for the rest of your life. And so much, it's only for Christine, it's for all of us, So much of what I learned from Rudy was how to transform the negativity in my life into something positive, how to take the suffering and make it into an open heart, how to build myself because of what I'm going through, not get swept away in depression and unhappiness and misery and losing all of the energy that you've built into some black hole inside yourself, that refuses to let go of all this nonsense. And look, I've known you for a very long time, Christine, and it's time to stop it. Be yourself, for your own self-worth and your own inner life. And energy is very valuable. It's maybe the most valuable commodity we have. Why waste it on negative situations if you can get strong enough to change them? In seconds, literally, in 30 seconds, you could change all of this stuff that's going on with you. But you need to do it. You need to truly master the craft of meditation so you can do what I'm talking about. And you got to
Just
remember,
I've just been really sick for 3 weeks with allergies. That's what's going on for me, Stuart. Is these allergies are really hard right now in Eugene, Oregon. That's all. That's why I look so bad. I
I
feel
don't, you
good.
can blame it on whatever you want, Christine. But you got to learn how to master yourself inside. I mean, Jennifer has allergies from bad ones, but she, sits through class and makes it and doesn't get into a dither over it all. I have allergies. Build chi. They will do more than allopathic medicine to help your allergies. Build the chi inside yourself. Develop the foundation inside you, and you will learn how to check. You'll have them, but you will be on top of them and master them, and they're not going to control your life. And I wish you do it, because I'd much rather see you with a big smile on your face. I'd much rather see you with a big grin and laughing, and you're wonderful. You're a beautiful human being, But you've got to get the strength inside that enables you to master this stuff. And you can build that. Look, I didn't mean to yell at you, but does anyone else have a question? Just to finish that, just think how wonderful your life could be if you got strong enough inside to be able to keep these allergies at a minimum. If you build that kind of chi in yourself, you can do that. You can really do it. And just think the amount of suffering that you will have to go through. And it's not only allergies, it's illness, you know, I mean, this has been a really difficult 4 or 5 months for me. People with cancer, people with so many different problems, people pulling on my energy from all over the world, you know, with all kinds of problems. People I haven't seen in 5 years asking me questions about, you know, what they can do with certain situations. And I mean, it's unbelievable. But I know the only way I can deal with it is build my inner life
Mm.
stronger. Let's lighten the load here a little bit. Does anybody
Yeah.
have a question? I would like that.
Mm.
There'll be meditation on Wednesday. I hope what I talked about tonight, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to be angry at any. I'm just trying to throw out a few simple little truths that people can use to deal with the suffering and the difficulties of life instead of kind of blaming them for why we have problems. Just writing about this stuff, honestly, you know, it's like this book I'm writing. So much of the book is about exactly this kind of thing. Okay, there are no more questions. Thank you, and God bless you all. And there'll be meditation on Wednesday, and I'm hoping to see everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Yeah, good night, Stuart. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stuart.